Hey guys, how's everyone doing today? Hope y'all are doing good. Doing pretty good myself. Well, I'm doing alright. I just had back-to-back days of physical therapy, so I'm a little sore with getting around and whatnot, but other than that, I'm doing alright. Get gloved up here. So, for today's project, I am going to be pouring my first globe sphere type thing. Excuse me. So my plan for this is I want to do like a galaxy sphere. What I was hoping to do was to have it so like the galaxy was like kind of going this way, like through the center. But I don't think I'm going to be able to make that work at the moment. So what I decided instead is I'm going to do a base of black. I'm going to use the Let's Resin Black Epoxy. Never used this before, so I wanted to try it out and see how it works. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it in there, but to kind of give it some dimension, I'm going to angle my sphere so that the black kind of pours on an angle, so that way when I do my galaxy on the next layer, my galaxy will have, it'll be kind of slanted, and I'm hoping that that'll give it kind of more depth so that you don't have to look at it from the top to see the effect of the galaxy. So that is my plan for this. This is going to have to get done in a couple layers. So for now, I'm going to mix up my resin, and I am going to try, I know it's black, but I'm going to add a little bit of my diamonds white to it. And then I'm also going to be trying this rainbow alcohol ink in the black, and I'm hoping that it will give it the effect that I want. I did this little teddy bear here. It's not cured. This was some extra from another project that I did. So I don't know if you can see the glittery effect in there. That's what I did with this, is I added the rainbow alcohol ink and the diamonds white into it, a little bit of each. But I did this with the resin dye. So I'm hoping that using the actual black resin itself, it's still going to show up in there. But we'll see how it turns out. If it doesn't work how I want, then it'll be alright. So I will put you guys on a brief pause. I'll get my resin mixed up, and then we'll be back for the pour. Alright guys, so I got my black resin mixed up, and I realized I might actually be doing this in reverse. I think I should start with the clear before I do the black, but I don't know. I'm just going to do this, and we'll see how it turns out. If I have to do it in reverse, I can always do another one. I'm just going to go for it. Static electricity. The mold was pulling my diamond dust away. Okay. So, because I'm using black, I'm adding more of this stuff than I would normally use, because I want to make sure that this blends in really well. Like, you can already see a little bit of the shimmer from the diamonds white in there. You can see that. So then I'm going to come in start with 8. Excuse me. I'm gonna start with 8 drops of the rainbow alcohol ink here. Mix that in really well. And just a little bit more of that. And yeah, that's beautiful. I like that. So I mixed up 6 ounces of resin just because I'm not entirely sure how much I can get away with putting in here right now. Okay. That happen? I'm just gonna try and that up. I don't know how this happened, but I got a bunch of dots of resin all over the inside here. Just gonna go in and wipe that up because I don't want that to keep right there. Alrighty. So, no idea how this is going to turn out. My biggest thing is, like I said, I probably should have done the clear first before I did the black. But we'll see. So, spritz of alcohol in there. Bubbles. Alright. Hopefully it's not too thick to it's gonna flash here or anything. So yeah, I will let this set and then we'll be back for doing the next part. I will see you guys then. Alright guys, so my black is cured. Enough for me to do my next layer here. I almost flash cured this. Got pretty hot, so I have my window open. It's been kind of raining out today. It's not super chilly, but it was cold enough that I was able to kind of just set it in the windowsill, and the cool air from outside kind of helped it from getting too much hotter, so. But like I said, it's cured enough to I can do my next layer. So for this part, I'm kind of doing this how Andy over at CCUK, he had done, I'll link the video, but he did a bowl, and he was worried about the resin in there not being cured, so he ended up doing like a galaxy in the bottom of the bowl to kind of cover that. So that's kind of where my inspiration for doing this sphere came from. I've also never done like an actual full globe sphere, so kind of excited. I kind of wanted to try that out as well and see if it turned out. So I'm going to be the method I'm going to do for making my actual galaxy part in this. I just wanted to shout out to him because that's where I got the inspiration for this idea from. I am going to be doing this a little different than how he did it. I'm going to be adding in extra layers with different colors because I'm hoping it'll turn out how I'm thinking, but I just kind of want to go more in depth with this. So for this next part, for the base part here, I used my black resin from Let's Resin. For this part, I'm going to be using my Let's Resin fast here. So I'm going to measure out and mix up probably, I'm just going to do 3 ounces. Because I just need a thin layer for the base coat, and then I just need a little bit of it to mix my first color up in. And then I'll let that cure enough so that I can come in and do my next coat with my next layer of colors.
After I was done with my dinner, I started washing my hands because I really wanted to go on my tablet.
Good job. Can you go back into your room though? I'm recording something at the moment. Thank you. I forgot how goopy and bubbly the 4-hour fast cure is. Okay, I'm gonna pause. I'm gonna try something real quick, and then I will be right back. So, I missed hitting my record button. Didn't miss much. All I did was just pour my layer in here, and I got my other layer or other mix separated here. For my color. I was saying the reason I paused and went away is because I took my resin and without getting any water in it, obviously, I filled my sink up with warm water and sat it in there for a little bit while stirring it to try and warm the resin up.
Time's up.
I got resin on my gloves. I don't want to touch your tablet and get it full of resin.
Oh. I'll put it down.
That is fine. Sorry about that. Anyways. Okay, so I got my clear in there. I'm going to get my color mixed up here. And I'm going to hope that this works. So I want this to be dark, so I'm going to put a lot of my purple in here. That's what I'm going to do for my base layer. And then I'm going to put in a couple drops to 4 of my rainbow alcohol ink as well. I don't know if I should be using alcohol inks for this.
I'm gonna take 30 minutes.
No idea. Okay. So, I'm going to do something a little different. And I'm going to grab a spoon. And I'm just going to drop a couple spoonfuls of this in the center. This is going to be the tricky part. And then I'm going to have to bring this up to me so I can see here. Then I'm just going to take my popsicle stick and just swirl that around. Man. Okay. I'm gonna do a quick improvisation here because it's not working. So this mold is extremely staticky for some reason. So as I'm trying to do my layers here, it's pulling resin up onto the top. So I'm just going to come in here. And I'm going to attempt to come in here and kind of wipe that out. Not tipping this too much. Alrighty, so there we have our next layer. There I have my next layer. I'm going to set this aside, let that 4-hour fast cure do its job, and then I'm going to come in with my next color. So I think I am going to have to switch over to using the mica powders because the other one here is not quite working with the effect that I want. The alcohol inks. So I will switch to using some mica powders. I'll try and find relatively the same color scheme that I was going to go for in the mica powders. And I'll pull those out while I wait for this to cure. And then I will be back when it's time to do the next layer. I will see you guys then. Alright guys, I'm back and it's time to do my next layer on my spear. So I got my resin mixed up. So I'm going to go ahead and add my little bit into here. And the static of this mold is just something else. Alright. Add in. Drop the rainbow ink. And get it mixed up. Alrighty. Recolor. Okay. And I got the clear board in here. Good. Level low. So for this layer, I'm just going to do some dots, like all around. I don't want this concentrated over where I did my first layer with my purple. I want this kind of spread out. So I'll just put some drops in, and then I'll swirl everything around. I do want to kind of get more color in this black area where the purple kind of shrank in. I was having problems with getting this on something that I can put it into my curing machine with. Like everything that I was using, it was too tall for my curing machine. So finally I found this lid to a jar that worked pretty good. plenty. Okay, so then I'm going to start in the center here. And I'm just going to kind of swirl this around. Okay. And I just kind of want to position this so that, there we go. Okay. Alrighty, so that is all for now. I'm gonna go ahead and get this back in the curing machine and get this layer cured, and then come back in for my next color. Next, I'm probably gonna do my blue. I might do the blue and the orange at the same time because this is getting to be a long process and I'm getting impatient. So, I might just kind of do both of those and swirl them in. I also don't want to do too much of the single layers here because I'm seeing now that my red is kind of covering my purple quite a bit, and I don't want to. I kind of want to blend the colors in so there's a little bit showing of every color. So I'm just gonna do a little bit of the blue and the orange in there because I want colorfulness, but I don't want overpowering effect of like each color, if you know what I mean. So yeah, I will get this in the curing machine and then we'll be back when it's time to do the next layer. And then after that, it's just going to be filling it with clear resin, letting it cure, and then it'll be time to demold. So I will see you guys for the next layer. Alright guys, I'm back and my next layer on my sphere has cured. So I went through last night and with some of my extra resin, well, I made some up and had some extra. I made these cool little round cabochons here. I got a different variety of sizes and stuff. And because this isn't, like, it looks cool, but it's not quite going how I was hoping, I decided that instead of doing like the full galaxy effect, I'm going to leave this how it is. But then I'm going to take these cabochons with some UV resin and I'm going to stick them in here to hold them in place with the UV resin. And I'm going to do like kind of like a solar system. So that is my plan for how I'm going to do this for right now. So I'm going to get some of my high viscosity UV resin here. And a little dotting tool. Pull out a kitty. And get to work on placing these. So I got these ones here that I did with like different colors that I thought were pretty cool. Okay. Oop. Alrighty. So then I'm going to just grab my lamp here. My cord is not long enough, so I'm going to have to kind of do this off on the side. But I'm just going to take it like in a U shape here, and hopefully it'll fit in there. I'm just going to put it around like this to cure, just to keep those in place. Because after this, I'm going to be putting it on its stand. Nope, that's not going to work. So for my next step, I'm going to be putting it on the bottom, like standing it up, and then I'm just going to pour clear resin in for the rest to fill it up. So while that is curing under the UV lamp, I'm going to get some resin mixed up, and we'll get the rest of this poured. I'll be back in a few. Okay guys, so I got my resin mixed up. I'm starting off, because I don't know how much I need to fill the rest of this, so I only made up 7.5 ounces of my deep pour. So I'm just going to keep my fingers crossed that I have enough here, and I'll make up some more if I need to. I'm gonna need a couple more ounces here. All right. Okay, I'm back. Ignore my glove, it tore on me. So I mixed up another 4.5 ounces, and I'm hoping that I don't have too. Whoa. Hoping I don't have too much left over. That just dropped a lot of bubbles in there. Not too much left over. I don't know why I used the lighter on that. Alcohol works better. Okay. So, that is all for this for now. This is gonna take a little bit to cure, and then we'll be back when it's time to take it out and, well, attempt to take it out. I've never demolded a sphere before, so I have no idea what this is gonna be like. Yeah, that's it looks like it's gonna be a challenge, but we'll see. We'll see. Okay, so I'll see you guys at demold. Bye for now. Alright guys, the sphere is cured and ready to demold. And I have no idea how it's gonna be trying to get her out of here. There we go. Just gonna try little by little bit. There we are. I'm also trying to do it so that it doesn't show here. Okay, it's out. Let me just get this popped back out here. There we are. Got a funky coloration to that now. Okay. I'm so excited about this. Are you guys ready? Are you ready? I'm ready. Look at that. So I did end up with a couple bubbles in it. Well, a couple big bubbles. I got several small ones here. But overall, I think it looks pretty cool. Look at that. And then if you look at it through the flat side, it has a completely different look, which I think is pretty awesome. So apart from the bubbles, I think this turned out pretty neat. I did do the angle wrong. I wanted it, so like as it's sitting like this, I wanted my galaxy slanting this way. So like I said at the beginning of this video, I should have started with the clear and built the galaxy upside down and then done the black with the way the mold sits, but either way, I think this turned out pretty cool. So let me know what you guys think. Feel free to like and share the video, leave a comment. If you haven't subscribed already, please do. That is all for this project and for this video. I will see you guys back for my next project. In the meantime, remember, stay creative, everyone. Bye.